Greetings, PT. An honor again, of course, to be here with you. And today we're going to go with the letter E. I see you're looking great. You seem top shape as usual.
Yes,
So,
yes. Whenever people think E, they should think energy. And in modern times, there's a thing called electricity, okay, which is a very important E of these times. Okay, the inner in the symbol for explorer in the beginning internet was E, energy
yes,
transmission.
Internet Explorer. Yeah, it's E.
Yeah, so
But that's it. I've selected a few words. Yeah, but my first one would be Earth. And Earth, forget my pronunciation. I'm French, and the TH for me is kind of hard. It's made up of 5 letters also. This is very interesting because of the elements. So
five
why
elements.
Earth also? Yeah, why Earth written EARTH?
Okay. Remember when we did the art in A
Yes.
ART? Okay, so the ART is there in the middle. Okay, which is the heart.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
E is energy for rotation, and H is actually home. H
Oh,
is for home. Like now, Earth is a home for people, right? Like beings there, and where different energies rotate and interact with each other. So if you look at all of Earth, you will see as energies rotating and interacting with each other in this home house. H. Okay, when we go to H, we will go more into the home thing.
yeah. I say often, PT, that most people live in the world, and just very few of us live on Earth. Because
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between the world and the Earth,
Yes. Yes, obviously.
right?
Earth is an actual physical home, right? World is a mental concept where in your mind you can be
Yeah.
anywhere. So there is the mental versus physical, actual physical. That's the what they call reality and the mind, the difference
Exactly.
between mind and reality.
Okay, now the word electricity. Before I was writing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, elections are a trick. It's a trickery, the election. But now, what's the relation with electricity and election? And elect, like we all know, it's a
Yeah.
trick.
Okay.
It's not a selection; it's
Okay.
an election. So
Like,
right there,
yeah. Okay. So when I had said in the beginning, like in English, AL and EL are very important roots. AL, EL. And energy and L is a transformation. L is like energy goes in this loop. L is a loop, right? Like this. So E, energy, and then L going in a loop. Okay. Now let's see what is there. Tri is there in the city. Tri city. Tri. So if you look at any electrical socket, you have positive, negative, neutral. That's a tri. So the in electrical EL energy moving in this tri way through where do you have electricity mostly on earth?
the city,
In
yeah,
city, yeah.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah,
in
in the
village.
city,
In the
city.
city, yes, city. So energy moving in a tri format through a city
Yeah,
is electricity. When you say election, the word election, okay, it changes the word that there is energy moving. People like vote, whatever they call it, L and E C T I O N. And we discussed ION before. I, circle, neutral. ION. So in that, what happens is that there is a choosing of energy by different spots of energy. Like if you consider each people as one energy, they're together homing on one energy. And that too, when they do elections, they mostly pit one party against another, right? Like this or that. Okay, now this or that is what in electrical terms, plus or minus. And
that's it.
another thing is maximum you can be neutral, right? Like now they put like that I'm not voting
Yeah.
anyone, which is neutral. So you come in the same concept. The concept remains the same of energy movement, whether it's election or electricity. Okay. So it's also a try process, for, against, or neutral. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said ECT, but right away, what I thought about was like, oh yeah, there's that. We always put this sometime at the end of sentences, etc.
Etc. means like whenever charge moves, like electric, like what they call it charge, it moves. There's not one charge, right? Like the charge is continuous. There are many of it. Etc. means many, always. Like there are etc. means many more things, many more. Like one bus is gone, another bus is gonna come, and then another bus is gonna come, and then another bus is. It's like many, and we don't have to say anything more because it's understood. When you say etc., it's understood. Like there are many things are following when the charge
Okay.
moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to go back to electricity, because it's the trick in there that's bugging me a bit. But is it? Do they say electricity? Because I heard the free energy in the air that we can tap in the ether and draw some energy from that free. So is that why the trick in electricity?
There's no trick. It's try. It's three. The try is the
Try.
important thing.
Okay.
Try, like the try and city.
Okay.
You break it like try city. Okay, you don't break it like trick. I mean, even that
But if
energy, I
you
won't call it free energy, because if you take something from the atmosphere, okay,
okay.
it is for use for something else. You take it from there, then you will not have clouds. You will not have, the electricity charging, and then you will not have rain, right? You will have problem. If you take something from something, something is going to happen. It'll
Yeah.
disturb the balance. It's not free. So people who are calling it free don't realize that it is a system. In system, all energies are interconnected. And if you drain something, for example, if you are in your car and you put the engine off, and then you keep on playing the music system on for 24 hours, you can think, yeah, my music system is playing from the battery, it'll play. Then after that, you try to start the car. It won't
Yeah.
start, right? So that thing looks free for a while, that power to the system. You're not even having your car
Yeah.
on, but you still are getting that power, that energy. But the battery will finish. So once the battery finishes, you'll be in problem.
We know
So
what happened.
if energy is there in the system and you take it out and use it, until you give it back to the system, you can't use it. You have to take it and then you have to give it back to the system. If you discharge, you have to recharge. Discharge, recharge. Continuously, you have to do that. So it's not free actually. You'll have to recharge.
That's why they have problem also storing the
Yeah.
electricity. Like they cannot
Yeah.
produce electricity, produce and produce. At one point, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to be consumed
Yeah.
there. So
Yes. Yes.
I guess that's why the power lines and stuff. If not, there would be huge batteries everywhere.
Yes. It's not like so that so like it is a whole system which is required to even maintain that potential difference to
Yeah.
give the so-called electricity into the homes. So it
So it's
is.
not
Yeah.
so much a trick.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's try. Like it's a three
Okay.
phase thing. Three things. Plus, minus,
Okay.
neutral, which is what nature functions is. Nature's functioning actually is the reality of nature, the functioning of nature. Nature functions in tri ways. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Another question I have, you were talking about the L before, and you were saying it's like a loop, and it is a loop when you write in attached letters. There's two ways to write uh, that I've learned. It's
yeah.
you write with attached letters together,
Attachment pieces.
or we call it square, lettre
Yeah.
carrée ou lettre attachée. So
Yes.
now, what is why are we taught to write mostly in square letters, and we forget the art of writing in attached letters, which is an art?
So there are
So
two ways you can look at it. Like there are two ways to look at it. You can
yeah,
either connect things or disconnect things. When you are writing connected, then
That's
you're
good.
connecting things. And
Yeah.
energy is always connected. Like one thing to the other is to there is a
Yeah.
connection. Okay. Either you're connecting it or you're disconnecting it. And if you're disconnecting it, there can be two things. Either you are trying to understand each component by itself. Like I disconnected tri and city and in electricity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
EL
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
EC and tri and city. I disconnected it deliberately to try and explain the meaning. Okay. So when you disconnect, there has to be some purpose of the disconnection. But if you disconnect just like that, then there is no point. So connection, disconnection, both have to have purpose. And maybe people, they want people to be disconnected and not understand the flow of E energy in systems. I mean, in an amplifier also, energy flows in a system, and that's how it creates amplification or anything. So there is that flow, and that connectedness is very important. And for the brain and the human mind to have logic also, it is the same thing. You have to have connectedness. I mean, if you're too disconnected between everything, you will not have a logical sequence in your mind about anything.
Makes a lot of sense. Again, another thing I notice also is we see those attached letters mostly just in primary schools. After that, we lose it. But also, whatever we read or look at, it's never attached letters. It's always
Yes.
disconnected letters.
Yes. Elder. Okay. uh, what happens with the word elder is that you have the el, the elected, the ones which are important. D is the cup. We always know D is the cup. Okay. And er, it means energy rotation. It means experience here, like beings which have experience in energy turnings, and that experience is stored within themselves. Okay. And that is stored within themselves. That's why they're elders, means they know much more about the energy rotation systems in the universe than the other beings. Okay. That's why they're elder. Okay. El, ear, in a cup. Cup is that being, that being we're talking about, who is the elder.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's what it means. So
Okay. Another word here that I have that I find it's lacking a lot here on Earth is empathy. Being an
yeah.
empath. There's the word pat in there. So yeah, I think it's a great path to become an empath, right?
Yeah.
To feel.
Um, I mean, actually, the reality of that word is energy to matter pathways. E is energy, M is matter. Okay, now
Yeah.
energy and matter are having pathways and connections. So when being says like I feel empathy for that, okay, that means there is some matter
Exactly.
your energy is dealing with, because you consider yourself as energy. You're a spirit, you're energy, spirit, energy. Now you are in matter, this body. Okay, the moment actually your energy has come into this matter, a EM pathway has gotten created. So you become an empath just by taking this body actually. The moment your spirit takes on this physical body, the matter, you become an empath because a path has been established
Yeah.
between energy and matter actually. So everybody's an empath that way. It's like ignorance. It's ignorance. It's not realizing that is the case.
Ignorance.
Yeah, it's not like
Okay.
knowing that I am doing energy matter, like every human being, like in that way, when any spirit being which comes into human body, is starting a EM pathway. If you realize things from that level, you will have empathy. If you don't, you won't. If you think there's just matter, there's no energy, you're just matter, another person is matter, there's no energy, then where is EM path? There's no such thing exists.
My other word here that I have is enlightenment.
In the word Ian, light is
So
energy, light in the form of light, energy in the form of light, put somewhere. Like you have a torch, torch. You go into a dark room.
yeah.
You will put the torch in one direction. Now the torch will light up some area in that room. Now you put light on it, then in that area of the room you can tell what is there. Whether there's a table there, whether there's a plant there, whatever, you will come to see what is there. So enlightenment just means putting light on something somewhere, and whatever you put light on, you come to know with that energy, light. That's all. So whenever you are, any topic can be there, and the truth of that topic comes out, then light has gone on that topic and the truth of it has come out, you can see. So that's it. So so enlightenment is always about specific things, specific, where the energy in form of light, energy in form of light, is enlightening, means revealing the reality of things, whatever it might be. So so to like so
Whatever it
when you
might
say
be.
enlightenment, it
That's
should
right.
be about enlightenment about what? Like some person might know how to fix like a fan, okay, or a motor. So they are enlightened about that. They can put light on that, okay, and another person can do something else. So that's, it's a broad thing in the universe. Like enlightenment is about what topic, what thing, where are you putting the torch, what are you enlightening about it. So it's a very broad word which is for specific things actually. So
Makes sense. The word lightning too. When you have a lightning, it goes to one point.
one point.
Put the light on one point.
Yeah,
So
charge,
yeah,
yeah. Torch is a very easy example for people to understand. Torch in a room, dark room.
yeah, exactly. Another important word here is the word evolve, because that's what we should be evolving here, not
Yeah,
devolving, which
yeah.
is pretty much happening worldwide. The
Yeah.
devolution. So, what about the word evolve? You have the word
Evolve. Okay.
love in
Now
there
that
also.
is,
So,
because I write it as EVOLLOVE. That I write it like that because love is one part of the word, and like if you make it opposite, EVOL and LOVE, then it becomes whole to me. Everything, just like taking left side, right side, both combined in a human, you get a full human. It's not just left side or right side. So um, point is that love which takes you higher as a spirit up, that is evolve, which means you are going up. But we have a half cooked definition of this word love, which is used for so many things. Love word is so vague. It is a turn on a circle, okay,
so
in a like a choice. V always means a choice. Two paths, this path or this path. Where what will go? Energy. E. Okay, now you have to take decision, right? What is love? It's decisions, right? Every time you have to take a decision. This, do this or do that. Okay, now what are you going to do? Okay, then that decision has to come from a perspective of evolve, which is like going up, energy moving up. So you have to always take the decision which is for going up instead of going down. Okay, so then you love yourself, right? If you care about your evolving, then you love yourself first. Okay, and when you can take that decision for yourself, then you can tell others also what is good for them in those, which is like helping others in that decision too. The V vector, V is always, but we'll deal with that when we get to the V. But I'm just giving a starting that thing because you asked this
yeah.
word and it's important word, this one. So people don't even connect the word with decisions. Love is actually just decisions. Every minute, every breath, human beings take decision. Should I do this? Not. Should I eat that? Not. Should I? Any decision. That vectoring of what to do. That's why evolving has a certain discipline. The word evolve comes the word discipline because it's all about choices and making choices at every turn, every point. Like it's continuous. It's continuous for human beings.
Is the evolution continuous also? Because
Yeah, it's
once you
continuous.
have evolved in
Yeah.
the being of love, is there another ascension after that? Like, the stars or something?
Obviously you can go beyond above stars, which is called heavens and all of those things. But if you keep on taking the right choice every time in the vector, if you keep on taking the right choice, that means love is keeps on going, and E keeps on going. Energy is always keeps on going in whatever direction you take it. E is always there to go wherever you take it. So you can always keep on taking the right decisions in the vectors and keep on going up. That's in your hands. That's in each every being's individual's hands to do that. It's in no one else's hands. It's in your hands. That energy and where you take it.
Wow, so important. Another word I have here, it's important too, but it's something that we all use. It's Ethernet. They call it an Ethernet cable. But for your internet in the house, they use internet, but also Ethernet, and you have the sound ether. I don't know if
Yes.
ether is written the same way, ETHER,
ETHER.
but it sounds
Yeah. Now the
okay.
thing is, the word ether is for the fifth element. There are five
Yeah.
elements: air, water, earth, fire. Everyone knows. Then the fifth element is sky. Sky or ether. Okay. Now this internet we have right now. Okay. It is there in these, you can say, data places. There are places where the data is being kept. Okay. Like central databases, like, okay, where, which are like machines, like big data centers are there. Google and stuff all have their old data. Now where data is being kept in those machines actually is being able to be kept there through the power of ether. So it's actually being kept in the ether, and from ether you can take the data out and transfer it to other worlds which are not our world. So this internet is not just for earth.
Oh,
All
that's profound what you're saying there. Yeah, yeah, go.
Okay, so the data which is there for human beings, whatever human beings are putting on the ethernet, is tappable via ether in other worlds. So when they say cloud, okay, that cloud is not a cloud in this sky. Where is that cloud? Cloud is in ether, in that element. Okay. You can't see that cloud, but it's a cloud of data in the ether element. So it is Ethernet, literally and figuratively. It's actually that.
Yeah, and you can tap in, like you said, from other worlds. If we can tap into it here,
Yeah,
anywhere, pretty much, so
yeah.
anybody can tap
So,
into
no,
it.
so
So
whatever human beings are doing right
who's
now,
listening
like, yeah, like, so whatever
or
we are
who's
doing this
watching?
podcast, and this is going on internet, and it's Ethernet. It's stored in YouTube servers, then it's stored there. From there, any being from another world can watch
Yeah.
this us in their world if they
Wow.
have access to that ether.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. If they have the technology to do
Technology
that,
for that, and
probably
that's it. Yeah. So this podcast is not just going on Earth. Let's understand this.
it's in the ether. The ether is the universe. Like when you're on Earth, you're on the ground.
Yeah,
You cannot sense the whole universe, but the ether can.
yeah, and there are worlds below us, which is called underworld, and different names are there for that. And those beings have made this technology so that they can have access to all
Yeah,
human
that's it.
things down there. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's profound. Wow. But the word
um,
elephant now, that's it.
Elephant. Okay, like it is the biggest land animal. Elephant.
Exact. That's why I chose
Yes.
it.
So ELE first, energy in a rotation. So ELE is any being. Any being
PT,
has
hold on.
energy in a
When
loop.
hold on. When we think of symbols like you say the L and you make the movement like this and it's an attached letter, it's a
Attached letter.
should
Yeah,
we think of letters being attached or square when you speak?
yeah, attached.
Okay, that's
Attached.
important.
So whenever you see the EL and ELE, that means a being. Okay, a being. Now, what kind of being? Phant, PHANT. Okay, which has P in the beginning, T in the ending, right? Okay, it comes from a root of Paramatma, which is like the biggest thing. Paramatma is the whole, what they call God, the creator, the everything, the whole total reality. So Like Paramatma is the elephant in the room of called universe. Okay. So it can be called phantom. The word phantom comes, it's everywhere, but you can't see it. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's everywhere, but you can't see it. It's big. So that bigness is shown. So Fant is for bigness and Le is being. So big being means the biggest land animal roaming on earth in the so
Wow.
so that's why they call
So
it, it's elephant in the room, but you can't see the elephant in the room. Like it's the something very big, something, that thing. That's why the
and it
phrase.
has
Like, yeah.
capacity to remember a lot of things too. They when you say you have the memory of an
Of an
elephant,
elephant,
I think they
yeah,
have
means
more
big,
memory than me.
big, big, more, big hard drive
Big,
space, big hard
yeah.
disk, big, yeah,
They
yes,
have big foot. They have big everything.
big, yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, big memory,
Oh,
big everything.
wow.
Yeah.
So big memory, big brain, probably big
Big brain, everything.
abilities.
Yeah,
Like
the
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
phantom, the PT, the phantom. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'll cover it quickly because E is EGG is
Yeah,
G is generation,
yeah.
energy
Gene.
generator.
Yeah.
Energy generation happens in egg to create another ELE being. It's a double generation. It's like generation happens, like by one becomes two, becomes four, like division like that.
Another one
Generation.
here, fast, just fast to finish.
Yeah,
Existing. A lot of people exist, but do
yeah.
not live really. So, and you have the X in there, just like exit, just like
Egg,
I had another
eggs,
word, exercise. What's
yeah.
all the X?
Egg. It's not EXIST. You should see exist as EGGIST.
Okay,
Okay.
exit.
So
Yeah,
from
exit.
EGG, energy generation, I, your sense of self, you, with many ST crossings have come out. You come out of the egg to exist, like from your mother's womb, that egg, you came out,
Exit.
and that's why you exist.
Existing. But why
Okay.
do they put a hex in there?
Excess put whenever they are trying to hide something and don't want to tell you anything about it.
That's a good one.
That's X, X
Yeah,
files.
I
X
like that. They want to hide something.
X means
Put
hiding.
a
Like so, the what are they hiding is the
X
egg.
Files. Ah,
The egg.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, profound.